Now we are joined by the Elon University Phoenix new head coach, Curt Cignetti and Warren Messer. And you can interact with us on social media if you're watching on Facebook Live. Get your questions in. And Coach, welcome to the CAA, and I'm sure everyone was excited to welcome you to Elon. Why was Elon the right choice or as your next move in your coaching journey?
Well, Elon was a great challenge, I thought, a coaching challenge. When I went down there and talked to the leadership, I was impressed with the campus, the facilities, thought everything was in place structurally to build a football program, just needed a leader and a blueprint. And so I said, let's do it. I mean, the school I was at before, they were down when we went in. We turned them around. We were on the cusp of winning the national championship, but I was getting a little bored. I think I was looking for another challenge. And, Elon was recently rated the #1 campus in America. And so, we're going to build the #1 football program in America. Why not? It's all there.
I like that attitude. It's a matter of just showing players around that beautiful campus of yours.
That's right.
I'm sure. Now, at IUP, where you last coached, 19-5 was your record over the last 2 years. It's been a while for Elon to rack up 19 wins. It has been several years for Elon since they've had a successful program. So when you look at those challenges of starting things really over at Elon, what are the right steps that you need to take to get things going?
Well, building a program is all about recruiting and development. And recruiting is all about taking the right players. Development is developing their full potential, developing the right thoughts, habits, and priorities, developing people their full potentials, people, students, and athletes. And it could take some time, but there's no self-imposed limitations on what we can accomplish this fall. I think we made tremendous progress in the winter and spring in the intangibles of creating a mindset and a culture, of toughness and being relentless and physical. My teams will be relentless and physical. I mean, it is sort of the Alabama blueprint with my personality, tweaked to my personality. But that's how our teams play. And so I'm excited going into fall camp. I think our players are feeling real good about themselves right now. And we'll take it one day at a time and improve as much as we can and see where it goes.
Now, Warren, obviously, we're talking about a new coach here. Talk about a little bit about the transition, this offseason. What has this offseason been like, maybe a little different than maybe previous offseasons?
Well, we call this the summer of speed. And Coach Cignetti, his biggest aspect was when he came in was changing the mindset, the culture, and the brand of Elon football. So and he's doing that by rebuilding the foundation of Elon football and then just having us more competitive, physical, and more prepared for Saturdays.
And defensively, being on the defensive end, what are some of the changes you guys are looking on that end? Maybe some of the new moving parts and players that we can expect from this Elon defense this year?
Well, it's a whole new defense, and we can expect just to make big plays and stop high-powering offenses and stuff like that. So.
Absolutely. If you have any questions for Coach Cignetti and Warren here, Facebook Live, we'll be reading them here for the next few minutes.
And Coach, you got a very talented defensive player to your left. What does he bring to the program?
Well, he's always in the office watching tape. He's like a quarterback of the defense. So he's got tremendous instincts, quickness, played on a winning high school program. And I think he's really just scratched the surface. He had tremendous spring and really looking forward to seeing him in the fall.
Now, you mentioned Alabama, where you spent some time not only coaching what is probably the top program in the country, but you coached Julio Jones on the offensive side of the ball, which I imagine is a dream for a head coach. So let's talk offense. What should we be seeing offensively from the Phoenix this year?
I changed about 3 years ago. We went up tempo spread a lot like Clemson, Houston. We studied Virginia Tech a little bit this year, UNC from 2 years ago. We like to play fast. It's still the three things that win football games are you got to win the line of scrimmage, turnover ratio, and explosive plays. So running the football is very important to me. We'll find a way to run the ball, even if it involves a quarterback. Limiting turnovers, making explosive plays. I like trick plays. I mean, we want to be exciting. We want to play real fast, snap the ball fast. That's how we practice. And, we scored a lot of points last year, and we were so far ahead at halftime. I mean, we played slow in the second half just to get out of the game. So, we scored a lot of points in the spring. Hopefully we score a lot of points in the fall and don't let the don't let the other team score points. That's the whole key.
Trick plays, that's the key to get some fans in the seats. Everyone loves those, that's for sure. Now, at Alabama, you had a great mentor in Nick Saban, but also growing up, you've had a great mentor. Your dad, Frank, is in the Hall of Fame as a head coach at IUP, where you're coming from. How have they played roles in your coaching career?
Well, I've been blessed. I mean, to be a football coach and grow up the son of a coach that's in College Football Hall of Fame, and have the opportunity to work for Johnny Majors and Chuck Amato, but Nick Saban, who is recognized right now as the #1 football coach in college football, maybe all of football. I learned a lot, and applied what fit my personality, and it's the Curt Cignetti version of the people he's been around. But I'm still learning every day and trying to get better every day, doing the same things we're asking our players to do every day, and that's work daily to improve and become the best you can be, because you either get better or you get worse, you never stay the same. And you got to have the self-discipline to do the things you have to do when you're supposed to do them, but also the self-discipline not to do the things that prevent you from being the best you can be. So, it's normal to be average. It's abnormal to try to be great. And that's what we're asking our players to do, is we're asking them to be great and reach their full potential. And that's not normal. And that's why guys that play football and guys that play football for Elon, they're special. These are special people that balance academics, one of the greatest academic schools in America, and athletics. And that's why they're going to be so successful when they leave here.
Coach, a couple of fan questions on Facebook Live right now. One, in general, how would you say your first recruiting trail maybe for Elon has gone? What type of players are you looking to bring into your program?
Yeah. Well, when I got the job, I think the first day on the job was like January 5th. There were 7 or 8 commitments. We added about 7 new players. There were good players available. The one thing I've learned being a recruiting coordinator over half of my career is the most important part of recruiting is the evaluation, taking the right guys. There's a lot of good players out there. There will be good players out there in the middle of January next year too.
Yep.
And it's taking the right guys. And for me, the right guys are guys that are passionate about football, tough, have high energy, but also accountable on and off the field, serious about getting their degree. So, I thought we did okay given the short window. And now this will be a real big recruiting class for us this coming year.
And now a little football, Warren. Opening up against Toledo, this is the 3rd time you've gotten to play an FBS team. Talk about those type of games, preparing for them, the excitement maybe, being able to play teams of this caliber.
To play a team like that is just a blessing, because you get to represent CAA football, and also you get to show guys that you can compete with big D1 guys. So it's just an honor to be part of. So.
Speaking of competing, talk about some of the guys on the defensive end that you're really looking to break out this year on the defensive side.
Well, I want everybody to break out. It's not, because football is just not about one man. It's about everybody. So I want everybody to go ball out and have that confidence in themselves. So.
And Coach, your first year in the CAA, Warren could probably fill you in on a little bit of just how difficult it is to run through conference play. Are you excited to run the gauntlet that is CAA football?
Oh yeah. Well, it's one day at a time. We're picked 11th. Some people were happy that we weren't picked 12th. I'm shocked we weren't picked 12th. The team that behind us beat us by 35 points last year. If I was Coach Fleming, I'd be not very happy about that. But 11th isn't very good either. But I guarantee there's nobody on our team that's going to go into the season or thinking we're going to be the 11th best team. And the one thing I'll promise you, every Saturday we'll be prepared and go into the game believing we're going to be successful. And we'll put ourselves in the best position to be successful.
Warren, I believe we have a question, not necessarily a question for you, but your Spanish class back home is watching right now. They wanted to let you know. Should we test your Spanish at all right now, or?
I mean, I'm all right. I guess I found out I got the highest grade on my Spanish test.
There you go. So, there you go.
Hey, I told you guys I was going to do it.
Well, I think on that note, it's time to say adios to Elon.
Hasta pronto.
Hasta pronto.
There you go. Best of luck this season, and thank you for being with us. Best of luck in the CAA.